everyone. Welcome into Dot Talk for this Sunday. This is Tuba Samurai. I'm with you. Day 21 in the world of Goal Line Blitz, and we've got a lot of stuff coming up for you, news and updates, and we've got an exclusive interview with Sharp Talk host on Goal Line Blitz Radio, Sharpie. That's coming up later on. Stay tuned. All that coming your way next. Get in on the action. Goal Line Blitz is a web-based American football MMORPG. They've written a custom football simulation engine to provide you with the ultimate football experience on the web. Do you love fantasy football? Ever wish you could play with the pros? Join other football fans from around the world in building the player and team of your dreams right here. That's GoalLineBlitz.com. Get in on the action. And welcome into Dot Talk. Tuba Samurai, I'm with you, and glad to be here, as always, giving you Goal Line Blitz news and a lot more. We'll also have replays of the week coming up later on, so going to get things started. Looking at the change log for this week, February 25th, Bort adjusted run block decision order to look play side first to avoid missing blocks on outside blitzers or defensive end on play side. And they're playing around with a lot of stuff to figure out how to get the blocking fixed. And, of course, the defensive play creator is, makes things a little tough with that, so they're working on that. Fixed a bug where play could be spotted in the end zone due to rounding error. Fixed a bug where tackle for losses were not awarded on fourth down turnovers. So there you go. That's the change log. Big changes this week, and stuff coming up for Season 15. The latest one is about demoting or resetting a team. And starting Season 15, if you demote a team, your team money and your stadium will be reset to a pre-decided level depending on where you demote to. And for more information on that, check out the Team Promotion Demotion FAQ, and you can find that by clicking the Frequently Asked Questions tab at the top of the page. Right now, time for Goal Line Blitz Addicts News with the Don G-Man. The news for this week from the Addicts: legitimate OCs and DCs that are not currently addicts and would like to be will have special exemptions to join Addicts, providing they are willing to take at least one job with an addict team. And you can private message G-Man V2 for more information on that. Right now, it's time for what's going on this week in FFA with Drake. And this is what Drake has to say this week. Our own Canadian was permabanned this week, but he did teach us a valuable lesson. PMing every mod and admin you think is a douche, a gif of a pig's head getting cut off with a chainsaw may seem funny, but ultimately leads to... Also, he says, quick, somebody call the ambulance. Drake says, I would like to congratulate Kretschfoop on his epic poster trophy. It was well-deserved. I suck at altitude, and I like booty. Thanks a lot, Drake. That's this week in FFA. Right now, it's time for our pro tip this week with Goal Line Blitz user Chisel. And this week's tip is a few slow build tips and tricks. Chisel says, just about everyone knows that slow building is the way to go, but it still seems many people are confused about it. First of all, you should really not be holding on to your points for a whole season. Use them to bring one skill up really high to take advantage of natural level gains. Also, a lot of people don't realize you should train a skill into the 90 to 99% range, then hold off on the last train until you've boosted it up with skill points. That way, you get the last train point up when it's worth more. You should also look up the exact caps, up to those exact numbers, and if needed, spend 4 bonus tokens to reach those caps a little faster. A lot of times, by spending a few bonus tokens, you can get another attribute for one less skill point than if you had waited until you leveled. You can afford to spend some bonus tokens early on when the advanced equipment you get is terrible, and still have enough bonus tokens stockpiled later on for 2 pieces fully upgraded. That's this week's pro tip with Chisel, and thanks a lot for that. Right now, time for our Goal Line Blitz replays of the week. And doing those a little early this week, looking at our first replay. This comes out of Casual 46 camp, the Philadelphia, out of the third quarter with 2:59 to go on second and 6.5. And cornerback stealing passes for the Flames. He gets off a wide receiver block to make a tackle on halfback Pete's Cake for a loss. Looking at replay 2, this comes out of Miners 14 cap, the French Traders at the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Menzingers. This out of the first quarter with 14:06 to go. Traders halfback I got a very good roll, rushes up the middle, breaking a tackle for a 31-yard touchdown. Replay 3 comes out of Miners 30 cap, the Baltimore Bulldogs versus the Lisbon Goons. This comes out of the first quarter with 11:01 to go. On first down, Bulldog quarterback the gain turning 1984, rolls to the left, makes a guy miss on the way to an 84-yard touchdown. And this was a close game, so it's not like this came in a game where they got blowed out. They won that game 13-3. So there you go, the only touchdown in the game. Number 4 comes out of Casual AAA, the Fight Club Mayhem versus the Granada Muskrats. KO in the third quarter. Fight Club linebacker, whose name I will never be able to pronounce. Forces a fumble by the kick returner. Cornerback Sly Cubar recovers it, returns it for a 22-yard touchdown. And replay number 5, our Dot Talk replay of the week coming out of Africa AAA, the Dogs of War at the Kilimanjaro Sting. This out of the fourth quarter with 2:10 to go in the half on 2nd and 1.5. War halfback Fast Times takes it to the right through a big hole. Good blocking by the tight end and fullback. He makes everybody miss for a 50-yard touchdown. And that is your Dot Talk replay of the week. And right now, time for our Dot Talk fail play of the week. I'm not even going to say anything. I'll let it speak for itself. And here you go. That's going to do it for segment number 1 of Dot Talk this week. Tune in for segment number 2 when we have a exclusive interview with Goal Line Blitz moderator and host of Sharp Talk, Sharpie. That's coming your way next.